When Anisene Kane was arrested and Juken Chamani was arrested, opposition parties in Cameroon who ought to have stood for Anisene Kane come in with solidarity to actually pressure government to release these individuals and political prisoners and stop their arrest. They were quiet. They were quiet. Why? Because some of them are negotiating their ministerial position. Because some of them are negotiating their position within the next cabinet. These same opposition leaders, whom before the presidential election bragged how they have observers in 31,000 polling stations. These same opposition parties who had promised that they will release the result of their different polling unit results that they will have from the different procès verbal. They will release it, signed procès verbal that they will release it. Election came and we are still in the debacle. They have not published it. October 12 has passed. November 12 has passed. December 12 will make 2 months. These same opposition parties have not published their different procès verbals at the different polling units, and they have not tallied for us to know whether the will of the people was actually respected by the Constitutional Council or not. And he said Ekane, Juken, Chamani, and others were arrested. These people stayed quiet, muted, they did not say a thing. When they heard that Anisene Ekane has died, they have now come out to share crocodile tears. They have now come out to share crocodile tears to make others feel like they care, You guys are a bunch of hypocrites. You guys are people. See, it would have been better you not actually say a word in this issue about Anisene Ekane than to come and say a word now. You will know somebody only when the person has died. When information came out that Anisene Ekane was in deplorable health condition and that Anisene Ekane needed urgent medical care, I did not see these opposition parties came out to call for government to say, okay, let's say the accusation against Anisene Ekane is still under investigation. Let us look at the human rights situation. Please, can you provide him with better medical care? Can you, if you cannot, can you actually allow the lawyers or the families to provide him with better medical care? He did not say a word. To you, it was a non-event. To you, it was a non-event. In fact, if you think that if you have said a word, and you would have missed your ministerial position. So he stood quiet. Even when information came that the ventilator of Anisene Ekane was taken away, allegedly taken away, he did not say a thing. He did not actually call for investigation, he did not actually call for an investigation to confirm whether the information about the ventilator where he uses to breathe was actually taken or is just a rumor. He did not. He stood quiet. He stood quiet. Today, you are coming out to say, oh, Anisene Ekane was a friend, he was a fighter, he was a this, we cover investigation, and independent investigation. What will that solve? Wazizi, who died in custody, we were told that investigation will be given. Has Wazizi's corpse been handed to his family? Wazizi's corpse has never been handed to his family. The family till today doesn't know whether or not Wazizi, in fact, let me tell you, the family doesn't know, because in normal circumstances, the corpse would have been handed to the family for proper burial to say that, okay, investigation was conducted, they said sepsis or whatever, and this is your child, we are sorry that it turned out this way, we're investigating, and this was the situation. Wazizi never had his day in court, the same way Anisene Ekane never had a genuine day in court to defend himself. Wazizi never had a day to stand before a magistrate to say, my lord, the accusation that they're accusing me, either I am guilty or I am innocent. And Anisene Ekane never also had the opportunity to say, my lord, guilty or innocent. Now, opposition parties are coming to say, well, oh, what will that so-called investigation give Anisene Ekane now proper medical care? Will that so-called investigation give Anisene Ekane a good, will that bring him back to life? Will that bring him back? Greedy opposition parties we have, people who are, in fact, they are special interest group. Jean Afrique was right to say that Cameroon has the dumbest, not the dumbest. When he said dumb, it means that they don't actually know what they're doing. In this case, they know what they are doing. They know. They are not dumb. They are greedy. Greedy as in greedy. And they don't love this country. They don't love this country. In all fairness, because Some people will come and say that, no, it is democracy. You will not force them. Yes, I understand it's democracy. But in times of difficulties, solidarity matters. Even there are some government ministers who are coming to them and saying, oh, I do not know that it was in that kind of situation. Blah, 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 blah. You cannot tell me that you do not know. You knew. Toi, tu savais. Tu savais. And that's why there is a song in French that says, aimez-moi, oh, quand je suis encore la vie. Ne attendez pas le jour de ma mort et tu vas raconter les histoires. Aimez-moi, oh, quand je suis encore la vie. Aimez-moi, oh, quand je suis encore la vie. Ne attendez pas le jour de ma mort et tu vas parler. I'm not good at French. You come and say, which says that, love me when I'm still alive. Don't wait for the day of my death to come and be saying stories and stories. And some of you are good at that. The people in your neighborhood are suffering. The people in your quarter are suffering. The people are actually suffering in your houses, and you cannot show them love. You only come and show them love when they have died. You come and say, oh, he was a dear friend. He was this. Oh, I did not know. Oh, that. Thunder from Oku. Thunder from Oku. Ratatatata, brakatatata. Bang! You. And he said, Kane has died. It will not bring, no amount of investigation will bring him back. None. He was arrested on Juga Chamani. They were bloggers who were blogging how they have died, they have been arrested, how they have peed on their dress. I hope that those same bloggers will now show us the images of his corpse and are happy that he has died. I hope they are happy now. Il y a un seul chose qui doit se passer dans ce monde. All of us will die. All of us, one day will die. You see, this country will remain Cameroon. None of the wealth you have amassed, you take it. Some of you are acting like the money that you have gathered, you carry it, even at a certain age, to even exhibit maturity to say that, okay, let me reconcile. God has been so merciful. Some of you, God has been so gracious to give you long life. And that long life is for you to do the right thing. You are not doing it. So God has been so gracefully to give you longer life. That even your children, the money that some of you have amassed, even your children will not suffer. Now it's just to do the right thing. You are not doing it. You are acting like you shall live forever. Like you shall live forever. Let me tell you. You see, the truth is God. The truth is God. You can only kill the teller and not the truth. And let me assure you, when you kill the teller, the truth will haunt you. Deep in you, you know the truth. You know what happened to Anisene. And deep in you, you know the truth is God. All of you know the truth about the different people that we have. You know. And the truth is God. You can only kill the teller. You cannot kill the truth. The truth will haunt us all. Us all. God has been graceful to give some of you the life that people never expected, the longer life. Some of you are in your 60s, 70s. It is not easy to cross that age. That's the money that some of you have amassed. Even if you start eating 100,000 a day or 200,000 a day, it will not get finished even in the day, even if God call you. This is the moment that you ought to reconcile this nation. This is the moment where you ought to put the nation to a better, to leave it to the, you have to build this nation that when you are going, let it be that your legacy lives on. This is a moment where you are supposed to reconcile. It's not time of playing politics. Politics should be played by the younger generation. Those who are older should be able to take policies. They are policy makers. There are people who say, no, we'll take this policy. Because they are generational. They are looking at the next generation, not the next election. Most of you are looking at the next election and not the next generation. Most of our opposition parties are looking at the next election and not the next generation. And that's why they are greedy. A serious opposition party will look at the next generation and not the next election. Elections will come and go. But generations will stay for a longer time. Aimez-moi, oh, quand je suis encore la vie. N'attendez pas des jours de ma mort. And they say, Kane has died now. I hope that some of you, all of you will live forever. I hope that none of you will die. None. I hope that none of you, I hope that you will live forever, as you say, and he shall live forever, and I will raise him up, and I will raise him up. I hope. When peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like ants below rose, whatever, my Lord, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well. Goodbye, Anisene Kane. Goodbye. Those who thought you were the enemy of the state, you have given them the state, let them manage it. Those who thought you were whatever they thought, as the person who never wanted Cameroon to develop, that's why they decided to said they will arrest you. You have given them. Let them manage. Let them manage. It is well. God will bless us all. We all are Cameroonians, and we all. There will come a day nobody will escape judgment from God, whether you like it or not. God has been so grateful to you, and we appreciate God for your lives. To live a certain age that we expect. And Isaiah Kane was already in his 70s. He was looking at the next generation, not the next election. Not him. Anybody at the 70 have lived the best of they are not on injury time. They have lived the best of their life. So anybody at 70 should be able now to do things that actually will benefit the next generation. That when I leave this nation in the hands of prosperity. When I leave this nation. That when God asks me, what did I do? I say, Lord, there is light. I brought it. I gave them roads. Lord, I fought against corruption. Lord, I did this. Hospitals are good. That is what he was fighting for. Everybody, the younger politicians should be the one to play the politics. But the older politicians should be policymakers, decision finders, solution providers. That's why you see people who prefer to vote you than the younger person, because they believe that you're not fighting for your pocket. You have already lived your life fight for to fuck it.